day. Get rid of this, Mike. You got anything for us?
Me?
Yeah, no, I know you don't.
Good cup of coffee.
John Force and Jack Beckman. We've had that for the day. Northwest Nationals, the NHRA full throttle drag racing series. John Force is currently in the top half of the field. He sits 8th. Jack Beckman is in the bottom half. He is 9th. Of course, you're in the top half. Then you get lane choice when you go to first round. Right now, these two cars could end up facing one another in the first round of elimination.
Well, lane choice could be very critical here tomorrow. It has a tendency for that left lane to be not quite as good in the middle of the racetrack, although it's a fairly even racetrack. And as we've talked about before, those conditions can change from round to round, session to session. But obviously right now, to get that elapsed time in the top 8, you got to run quicker than 4.69s. You look at our most Western Swing wins among the active drivers, and look at John Force, 19. Warren Johnson leads in pro stock with 11, even though he's never swept the swing. Tony Schumacher with 8, Greg Anderson with 7, Kurt Johnson with 6.
Some hesitation over John Force's car. Finally, Zippy Mike Neff steps away from the car. Rick Stewart, the official starter for the NHRA, was watching on for a second, wondering, like we were, what was going on with John Force.
You saw the crew chief on, or the guy on Beckman's car waiting there, waiting for his driver, because the driver, you can't see where the car is in the other lane. That's why they both usually go over there and nod when they're both ready to allow the drivers to go in, and that's when you go in there and do your job.
Beckman runs into trouble. John Force, 427, 281 miles an hour. And Beckman and Force will stay 8th and 9th. And if they stay there, they're going to face one another. Ron Tobler talking to Mike now.
Always want to be so far behind.
We started at the same time. I'm sorry.
I mean, that time it was obvious you weren't starting, and you didn't even start until we had the body down and we're rolling
That's what we normally do with you guys. You guys are the slowest ones out here. I had a problem. The needle got all screwed up. But yeah, we never held. We haven't held you up before. It wasn't intentional.
Well, they have before you got here. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, well, it hasn't happened since I've been here. So.
All right.
Yeah. Conversation held, issue settled.
Yeah, and Mike Neff basically indicated they did have a problem and they did hold them up and it wasn't intentional, and Ron was okay with it after they had their discussion.
Good, clean explanation. That was nice to see. Nice to see that stuff get resolved in that way.
Not like the Tour de France where they're fist fighting at the end of the race.
Was that great or what?
bunch of guys in spandex fist fighting. It just...
Hanging out with Austin Coyle in the return road here. And Austin, you were fortunate enough in 1994 to sweep the Western Swing with John Force. Now, I want to ask you the significance of a crew chief of sweeping the heralded Western Swing. How big a deal is it?
Well, you know, it's something you look forward to because it's a change of pace from running on the East Coast all summer. And I guess sweeping it once, you always think you can do it again. And I guess we'll find out tomorrow if we can get started on a sweep or not.
Only 7 of 63 drivers have been able to do that, Gary Gerald.
Let's check in here with John. And John, at the starting line, we saw some words exchanged between Mike Neff and Ron Tobler afterwards. Apparently, situation resolved. Were you late getting there? And if so, why?
You know, Neffy's going to fight it down there on the start line?
No fighting. Everything was resolved. It was a very, very nice resolution.
$10,000 fine for that. Can't do that. No, Beckman, you think I was slow up there?
Hell no, not that time. You surprised the hell out of me.
Well, what the hell is your crew chief giving Mike for?
Whoa.
Well, that's
on the air.
What do you mean, whoa? Well, that's what you said. Huh? We had a problem starting, and so you were fired, did your burnout, you come back, we were running away.
No, you guys took a long time from when we were backed up. Staging went right in. Yeah, we were sitting there a long time after we backed up.
Surprised.
I don't think you did it on purpose.
No. Tolbert don't usually get upset on me.
Yeah, we were there a long time island, but staging you went right in.
Well, so there you have it. Again, conversation answered.
Jeez, I get beat up when I try to.
Well, you saw Matt Hagan get into trouble. Bob Tasca got down, but it didn't change anything. Thanks, John. Oh, you got to love him.
And with Fast Jack Beckman, the way things stand right now, and of course it still could change, you get Force first round of eliminations tomorrow. You ready for another experience?
When you say experience, you mean like what just happened there?
Well, I'm not sure quite what happened there.
Apparently they had some problems firing up, and it's kind of I was going to say gentlemen's, but there's a lot of ladies that do this. It's an agreement that you don't hang the other car up. And we know absolutely nothing intentional was done up there. In qualifying, you would never do that. But they had a problem even after he backed up from the burnout where they couldn't get the throttle unstuck or something. So we're sitting there idling a long time. And even with the clutch pedal in, you'll build a lot of heat in these things. And we're not saying that's why we smoke the tires. It's just one of those things that you'll never know. Tempers flare up there. John still loves me. I still buy his T-shirts. We're okay.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks.